Well, they hijacked the buildings, they took over the jobs, and lead many South Africans to unemployment. And they tried to take over the clinic, but they didn't succeed. Now they want to take over the school. Damn! South Africans were being replaced. It is clear as daylight. It is clear as daylight that we are being replaced. Damn! We are being replaced. Them organization, composure, them organization, they don't care about us. And according to them, this is new South Africa. These are new South Africans. According to them, they replaced us. That's why them motherfuckers don't have respect for the soldiers, for the SANDF. Apparently, days ago, a week ago, the boats floated to the Zimbabwean side of the Limpopo River. Then the Zimbabwean who trying to enter the country, the South Africa illegally, they saw that the boats have floated on their side, and they pick up the stone and they throw the stone on them soldiers, and they start insulting the soldiers. Like, what the fuck? They don't have respect, and nobody's saying shit about that. Boss and Cupcake kept quiet. The whole organization kept quiet. Nobody is addressing that. Because why? The illegal foreigners has done that, has been blocked by the soldiers. But I'm happy about the one thing. Them soldiers, they didn't retaliate. They didn't retaliate. I'm happy about that. They continue doing the jobs while the Zimbabwean dogs were barking on the other side of the Limpopo River in their countries and not entering the South Africa English. Okay, not entering South Africa. And I asked myself, who is the Minister of South African National Defense Force? Exactly. Make that shit make sense. Make that shit make sense. Who is the Minister of Defense Force, South African National Defense Force? How? How did she be? Damn. Let's take a look to the video.
Flew in and removed all the deceased and the injured, and they were taken to Goma. That's why I said I had the opportunity to meet all the injured in Goma. And that's when we lost the 11. So from Goma, we went to MONUSCO, again in Kivu, to really also get a sense of what is happening, because we have your SAMI DRC forces, we have the MONUSCO forces. The MONUSCO will be the forces that are led by the United Nations, and the SAMI DRC are led by SANDF. We also got an update and we left from there. So as I said, the idea really was to come and speak to the media. We are ready to give, because there's still lots of loose pieces, we will give a proper rundown in terms of what happened when one time. But currently, our position as South Africa, we've been meeting as the troop force contributing countries of SAMI DRC, which is us, Tanzania and Malawi, under SADC, to assess the situation. So On a daily basis, we've been meeting. On a 2-hourly basis, we get updates and reports of what is happening. But we also, as I say, we have also UNESCO forces which are under UNESCO. So under the SANDF forces, we've been meeting as the Troika. We met the other night, but the general posture that we are taking as a summit DRC is to force the parties to go into a peaceful negotiation. Because our sense is that that war is not going to be won through arms. It can be only won if people sit down and negotiate. So we have called for a ceasefire. I can assure South Africans that our camps have not been attacked for the past 48 hours because, unfortunately for us, when we're at Goma, your DRC forces were fighting Rwandan forces over our heads. That's where we lost the 3 people. So we had to quickly communicate with M23 to say, we're not part of the battle, so don't fight over our heads. And indeed, that's why then we agreed with them that we'll host a white flag to say, we're not part of the battle, we don't want to be dragged into it. But also, M23 needed a free passage to go to Sagi, to go and collect and retrieve their deceased people. So then we agreed on a ceasefire whereby they will get a free trade, a free passage. We will not fire at their movement because if they move, we are not sure which direction. So there was a clear ceasefire which was agreed by the generals from M23, but also by our generals. So that process has happened. Even now, as I say, there's never been any attack since the ceasefire that we requested or we instructed from M23.
Like you can see, she doesn't care about the country. She doesn't care about them soldiers. She doesn't care. She cares about the position she's in.
It is a disgraceful surrender of South Africa's defense capabilities. Minister Motshekga's calling our members of this House, oh, finder, is laughable when her government is blindly steering our nation into danger. Minister, the real finder is you. You and your 30% average government are a liability to this nation. While military leaders admit we cannot defend ourselves, this government slashes forced employment by 1.5 billion. Minister NG, 30% finder Motshekga. This is not a defense budget, it is an insult. You are not a defender of our democracy, you are not a champion of our sovereignty. You, Minister, are the face of collapse, a minister of excuses in a failed government. No reforms, no innovation, just a bloated bill and disregard for the defense review. This government does not take this country seriously and it shows. Action SA will not and does not support this budget of betrayal and defense surrender. And I tell you, Minister, those are not big words. That's general English. I thank you.
But the truth is the truth. And when something like that happened and she kept quiet, that shows that she doesn't care about the soldiers, she doesn't care about the country. How did she become the Minister of South African National Defense Force? Yeah. South Africa is a joke. South Africa is the circus of this organization, of these clowns. They're clowning around. Now in schools, South African parents have to fight the foreigners' parents for the space of the school. They demanding the first come first serve. Imagine the first come first serve. Like what the fuck? South African children have to be prioritized first. Have to get spaces first. Not them occupying the space. Like what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Make that shit make sense. Let's take a look into the video.
Forever and here forever. I can't go anywhere. South Africa is my country. I'm African. It's the Africa country. No one gonna go. No one is gonna go. And our children gonna go to school. And another school. You're gonna feed.
Now they are being disrespectful. They're disrespecting. They are saying they're not leaving. Now they are not hiding anymore. They are coming in numbers. They know that they are the new South Africans. And the law favors them more than us. I never seen anything like this. Like, this is mind blowing. Like, this shit is mind blowing. Of course, the police will be on their side of the new South African side. And to protect them against the original South Africans. Make that shit make sense because they know, like they know. They are threatening. Let's take a look to the video.
I thought I'd see the day where foreigners are swearing at us in our own country. I mean, they've been telling me to my face that they're going to kill me. They've been saying to my face that the police are in their pockets. Like right here, right? I'm sitting here with a list of close to 100 parents who don't have a spot in school. And this school here says that they're full. All these parents have been applying since last year, some of them early this year. And the answer that you get is that the school is full. And I asked one question. I'm like, as a principal of a school, how do you decide that a child that is from Nigeria, thousands of kilometers from here, deserves a spot in a school over a South African child who has no other option? You can't go to another country and claim that they are a refugee or an asylum seeker. The only home that they have is this country. It breaks my heart to see this and to see that we have a government that really does not care so much about their own people, that we have been standing here since yesterday, Pila. The principal of Addington didn't come out to meet with us. All he did was say that the school is full. He didn't even take a minute to come and engage with the parents. Now we're getting sworn at by these people telling us that their children have a right to an education. They are all African. So it's our children that mustn't get a spot because we are all African. What about South African children? What are our options? What are the options for a South African child who has been sitting at home because we've got a parent whose child has been sitting at home since last year because she didn't get admission here. Then we've got another parent who they sent on the other side of town. She says, I can't afford to take my child to the other school because it's too expensive. Is the Department of Education going to subsidize those parents who have to take their children to other sides of the country, of the city, because they can't afford? I don't understand. What is the thing about foreigners that our government feels they need to cater for them so much that they need to compromise their own? This is the future of this country. Yeah. These are our children.
See, it's no longer a secret. They're not hiding it anymore. The police are on their pockets. Now we all know. But we knew that they're on their pockets. But they're not hiding. And they are threatening to kill Jacinta in the presence of the police. Make that shit make sense. Them motherfuckers are taking bribes. They don't care about the country, but they are taking bribes. Now I'm convinced that they were there to protect the illegal foreigners. And when the South African kid, South African child applies, there's no space. And I have a question. Where are these motherfuckers? These motherfuckers are keeping quiet. South Africans, we are on our own. We are on our own. We have to fight this. We have to wake up. We are replaced. It's not like they are trying. We are replaced. It is clear that we are replaced. And them all motherfuckers, even the rotten cupcake, they keeping quiet. They don't see it as if they don't have TVs in their homes. They don't have social medias. They don't see that. Make that shit make sense. Matter of fact, let me stop for say too much.
Azi bafethu bengitshela ukuthi lesikhathi lesi sobe sikhuluma nendaba izobe iphelile. Sokhuluma kanje ingane zesikole ezala eSouth Africa, documented or not, ezase-South Africa sezingenile esikoleni. Ngoba ngiyabona kuyacaca ukuthi sisakundaba eyi-1 namanje bafethu ngicela unikhumbuze into eyi-1. Nayikhumbula iSoweto uprising. La khona ingane ezifana nabo Hector Peterson owabanjwa umbuyiso Makhubo bambambela ukuthi ade wadutshulwa uHector, wadutshulwa uHector agijima emgwaqeni, balwela amalungelo. Cabanga bekuyi-peaceful march. Remember was peaceful march. Bathi nje abogogo bethu bacela nje ibantu education gede ngayo, akufundwe nje ngolimi olubalulekile. Kwaliwa-ke 1976 June 16, ingakho sinalolo holiday bongazi ngiyakutshela-ke mina ukuthi kuyenzakaleni. Kwalwela ukuthi kungabi nebantu education, kulwela ukuthi South Africans babe nje ne-education system eproper efanele wonke umuntu engafostwa. Understand? Then kuzoba nabantu manje from especially lapha eNigeria, ngibe specific, abase-Nigeria, angizwa ngithini, abazofika lana balwe education abangayazi ukuthi iphuma va. They don't even know ukuthi the education iphuma. Ukhumbule kwaliwa into serious, bangekho nokuba bikho bona. Nje basebatshela ukuthi baphethe bona la. Bame bagcwele lapha emageyidini. Bagcwele bayabalwisa. Into engibhorayo ukuthi bathi kubanjwana ngezandla. Uzofike kule point ukuthi uzubamba umuntu owala ekhaya kubo ufuna ukumshaya ngento yakubo. Imagine ufuna ukushaya umuntu ngento yakho. Bafethu, are these people okay? Ba-right la emakhaya? Bayawazi wonke ama-holiday esibe nawo ukuthi aphumaphi? Ama-human rights bayazi ukuthi aphumaphi? Abo-June 16, abo-Workers' Day bayazi ukuthi iphumaphi wonke lama-holiday, or they are just there nje ukugcwalisa izinto abazenzayo. Bafethu, le country yalwelwa le ukuthi ifike kule nto esikuyo manje. Asikhante yafika nje yaba right nje esithubeni. Ikhante yalwelwa le. So abanye abantu abacabanga before bayenze ezinye izinto, because la kuse-South Africa la. Akho ngithi mina I stand with her. Kuyoze kuyoshona ilanga. So masize silwe. Mxa nendaba izobe isiqediwe. Shaya le nkathi sesiqedile sisakhuluma ngayo le ndaba le. Ukuthi sisakhulumelana ngayo angazi kwenze njani. But mina ngiphelela la amandla ami ukukhuluma nje ngenza abantu babe aware, because it seems like abanye abayinandaba, they don't care, but it's fine. Yabo umuntu yenza into ayithandayo. Yabo, after all.